Welcome to a late IHP show with your 5D mystic Maria, with stories and a different lighting, which I like a lot better. So we talked a lot today, yes, about self-agents. And right now I'm going to talk to you about a spiritual self-agent, me. So we have inner peace with fear and love because we have our ventral vagal state. So self-agents are people who are securely attached and non-traumatized. That's not because we do not have trauma charges. No, it's because we have two sides of the brain that work together. And our default mode network is downregulated, and we don't copy Ursula. Nope. So when we meet our brothers and sisters of the 4D frequency, we know that they are orphans who don't actually go and heal. They're exiles. So they have mommy and daddy, and more than just that, attachments that flare up. So I don't do anything when I meet a person who does not know how to calibrate in their ventral vagal state, because usually Cusco likes to play the role of the know-it-all. And that's when you have codependent people who are martyr superiors or blamers, which is also why we don't experience drama in any of our love life. The empowered feminine is not going to, I'm 45, so far, no masculine has ever tested me because I don't fall for it. Because I know when you're an insecure person, because you're going to have the unkindness that Patrick Tehan actually shares as his biggest regret from his childhood. In fact, as an eternal child myself, I do know what it's like to have a clear conscience. Yes, so I'm going to share with you. What's a clear conscience? So I had this amazing opportunity, and a lot more than just one, by the way. I'm a hermit, and I'm my own wheel of fortune. Yep. So wheel and justice. These are in-betweens, those of us who are doing and living dharma, not karma, because I don't live my 0-8-year-old. My subconscious is mine, because I use my prefrontal. It's called mindfully living as your true self. And those who don't know how to do it are not at peace with being afraid. I'm okay with being a scaredy cat, which is why my 11-year-old doesn't feel bad for choosing to be her true self around all these other mean, quote unquote. They're not mean. Why are you pretending to be mean? You're not mean. You're just afraid. I'm afraid too. It's okay. You see how it's really easy? Yes, that's why it's inner peace. It's also called not dangerous to have. We have emotions. We just don't use this. So when you're an orphan who has parts of your own self that you're ashamed of, and you're ashamed of being afraid, I don't have it. It's actually common sense that my brain is afraid, and data shares with me why my physiological state is that of a human. And our ancestors consistently have had the ventral vagal state when they got to sit down together, and the reptilian nervous system, which involves only two. Yes, which the fancy lady and man in suit I make fun of, they're bound beautiful on the outside. Distress does not do your body well, nor does modulated embodiment. But again, let me leave it alone, because the know-it-all consistently uses drama and inner and outer critic, shame, and then they actually are eating away at their own inner child, not the soul. The soul cannot actually be eaten away at, because the soul is pure love. That's why we're all made of the same piece of consciousness, and no one embodies divinity as the whole. So whenever you are channel, downloader, yes, prophets and gurus are one and in the same for the smart brain. I'm a spiritual self-agent. You don't come tell me about my faith. I actually already have a direct relationship with the heart and mind, not only of God from those textbooks of the monotheistic religious groups, but also Akash, Source, Kali, Krishna Lila. I'm Anima Mundi. I can hear it all, be it all, because I'm not it. I'm actually Maria, and I can have the capacity to stay grounded in reality, because thanks to Sam Harris, any of my charitable beliefs could be falsifiable. Mysticism is being looked into with empirical mysticism, which is going to be fun. I'm going to love to watch as science, because science really, they don't have the mystic heart. I do. So because of God, I think, thank you God, and Akash and Source, I'm an empowered feminine. Did I mention masculines can't test an empowered feminine? Oh, they can keep testing their actual distorted feminines because they have a game that they play. I don't play that game because, again, I'm not afraid to tell you what I think. And I'm also not going to smother you if you don't want me to, because, you know, that's not really what I do as a grown-up. I got taught how women, well, you know, those gender stereotypes, right? So with that being said, I don't like gender stereotypes. I have peace with teenagers who say, you don't do what we tell you to do. You're right. I'm such a hypocrite. I'm so sorry. Where are my manners? I'll stop sharing with you information that is helpful, and I will also stop chiming in when I get concerned for your welfare, because obviously I must be on the wrong path. Cusco, let me leave so that you can go back to your business of continuing to pretend that you have no fear or love within you, and somehow that you are an actual quote-unquote badass who knows all of everything. And please let me remove myself. An empowered feminine will very happily remove herself, because no a rabbi who thinks that feminines will stick around and be nurturing something that has nowhere to go. No, the minute I know you don't have what it takes, it's because I know that you will have decided to allow that which is your siren, not mine, your orphan, not mine, to basically wither yourself away. And there you go. Ursula has fun with the people that turn into seaweed, apparently. I don't, because they actually turn into donkeys, which are stagnating stories of their 0-8-year-old. It's an unfortunate business that they don't learn that there is a man named Patrick Tiahan where they can go and all together not forgive their households. I am totally supportive of those who heal their childhood trauma. Then there's also other places people can go to heal. I'm also in favor of those. In the meantime, when I meet, I'm in favor of being what my mother taught me. If you can't say something nice, say nothing. Take a bit. And I'm really in favor of that, because I did meet teenagers again, and they made a very good point. Why are you telling us what to do? You won't listen to us. You know what? My gut is a really good gut. So you're right. I don't listen to you. You, on the other hand, seem to think it's humorous that I live with my mother. I think it's humorous that you do drugs, you drink, you actually fuck people and are miserable, and you're in college spending money, and you're going to have loans, and you like what you do? Are you going to be happy inside? No, happiness doesn't exist. I want you to live one emotion. You know, Cusco, you're so full of it that I think the shit you bring to my table is amazing. I'm going to make a bunch of flowers with it. That's why I don't do any of what you see right here with any of these people. But when I have stories, I got good ones, because masculines, let's see, Sadhguru, the more security you seek, the more disturbed you will be about every change that happens in your life. Also, adaptive child part people are a child's version of what an adult coulda, shoulda, woulda done. In the meantime, they're spiting their own self and the adult, which has nothing to do with me, because they're traumatized. So again, this is a late IHP show. Please stick around. Let me go and grab a couple of quotes, because we're not done just yet. No. So as I was saying, I'm a 5D mystic. I'm also in the Enlightenment Soul Age group. I'm a spiritual self agent. Thank you, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. Yeah, that doesn't happen, because I'm 4'9", and I would be an idiot to be around anybody who is that ignorant to want to use their hands. Also, my gut consistently knows, and I don't question it, because I'm an empowered feminine, remember? So nobody knows. You know what smart, empowered feminines do? It's not because I'm a woman. And let me remind you, I'm a ventral vagal state. I have a self-led brain. I'm a neurotypical human being who's securely attached. This is very simple. I'm non-traumatized, because emotions come up. I'm with inner peace with fear. When people make fun of me, I think at least I have the capacity to authentically express, yes, I'm afraid, and not be like Back to the Future. Chicken, are you an idiot? Really? How many times are you going to fall for that bullshit and not notice you have an insecurity? Your ego, go get it checked out with Patrick Tian and Terry Real, and become a real man, please, or a real woman, or a real they, meaning stop Pinocchio. How many times you have to get hit? Oh, are you motivated by drama or stress by any chance? you realize, right, that that doesn't actually have to be the only way you feel emotions, because I feel emotions. It's not dangerous to be in your ventral vagal state. It's actually quite healthy and enlightening for your prefrontal cortex, might add, that you get to be at ease with all of the poor souls out there who are, it's not the soul, it's their actual child part. It's just waiting to become, you know, that, which is a lover, a real one, a real boy, a real girl, until you have what it takes to become your true self. Yeah, that's where love is not going to be there for those who don't know how to love themselves, because you don't know how to put the mask on. I'm going to notice that you don't know actually common sense, because you're going to bullshit your way through life. Bullshitters are always the same cowards I met as a teenager, the same cowards I met as a college student, the same cowards I keep meeting when somebody wants to make up an excuse for their lack of self-aware, accountable, regulating body and tell me that modern day therapists are bullshit. They're not bullshit, nor are neuroscientists. If you don't know how to love yourself first, I got information. It is, you need specific and guided help to learn to deeply connect with your inner child and become the parent, not just the parent you have needed all along. Once you're ready to forgive that parent, maybe one day, then I'm thinking you're going to actually be aware of what shit you went through and what shit you brought, in a way of, because you'll actually feel at ease with knowing I wasn't meant to be unkind. I wasn't meant to be a child that lived hypervigilance. I was meant to be a child like any other child is, spontaneous, open-hearted, able to say, mommy, 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 I'm afraid. Mommy, mommy, I'm sad, Mom, I'm angry. And luckily for me, I got that. So this is the part of, I got a mother who let me be all of me, which is why I don't smother all other people with it, because I smothered her with all of it. And you're only a child once. So my 11-year-old will never meet another 11-year-old, because I'm 45. And it's a sad story to see 45-year-olds and 30-year-olds and all of these people who still, poor unfortunate souls, so sad, but true. I mean, really, I don't even bother going anywhere near. No, I'm around all people all the time. Pinocchio, what's up? You having a good time today? Which one of you am I speaking to? I love it. Oh, you're so awesome. That's really great. Thank you so much. Because, you know, we're all children of the same God. And the kingdom of God is within every one of you. So I know that for sure. He keeps telling me not to judge human suffering, a fucking waste of my time. I agree with you, God, because I consciously chose to go out. And therefore, I consciously chose to make myself available to a bunch of people. So it is upon my own self, and I can differentiate, as lovely Dr. Daniel Siegel informed me to do, because that's what smart people know how to do. Learn from smart people who are the actual subject matter experts. Because I'm the pseudoscience woo lady, but I'm not pseudo-intellectual, because that's a dumbass, and I don't appreciate dumb people, but I do have fun making fun of them. Yes, I do. And there's a reason for that. Now, let me think. Give me 1 second as I find what I was looking for. Thank you, Sylvester Stallone. I love your quote. So when you're in your ventral vagal state, this quote is amazing. And I remembered the difference between me, Maria, and the waves of Maria. As I said, you know, you really don't have to be in these waves, Maria. You can stay right here, which is why I love being my own hermit and my own wheel of fortune. Dharma, it's amazing. Actually, before we move to the Sylvester Stallone quote, let me just share with you Sadhguru's quote on Dharma. Dharma is not a teaching. No, it is not. It's your prefrontal cortex with a ventral vagal state, with a smart-ass self-agent who knows spirituality, life of meaning and connection beyond the soul self. I can be my solo self because, as Dr. Daniel Siegel said, Maria, I think you need to differentiate more, which means my physiological state of compassion, not anything except for compassion, which is why that fancy lady in her suit sent me back to teenage years. It's dangerous to have no emotions. I have emotions. You're making a big deal out of a breakup. You realize there's 8 billion people out there. You have a career, college, right? You have all these important things. It's okay. Men, women, boys, girls. You find someone. See, my teenage, we broke up too. I'm good. Look how I didn't lose him. No, I'm not jealous. I have confidence. I have compersion. He's happy. By the way, I'm happy he's happy. In fact, I want to be a part of the wedding. I hope they let me be a part. Oh, they're not getting married, but I'm still a part of the family. And that was one of my biggest gifts, is that my soul sister recognized me as her soul sister. And to this day, people find it weird. And I find it fucking weird that you want to use the word love. because you obviously don't know what love is. If you did, you'd know. Thanks, Stephen Porges. I hope you write the book that it's your oxytocin gene hormone. Yes, and that you consistently feel it, because why would I take it away? Love is free. I don't work for it. I don't open and close my heart. That's a muscle. Oh, actually, three brains. You got a cerebral, the heart, and the gut. I can explain it to you. Your amygdala, your 14-month-old, will alert you to interest and lack of interest. It's all explainable. I bring the human elements to the spiritual elements. My soul's not tainted because I am Maria, a whole self. So I know when she's in the room, and then I know when I'm in the room with other hearts. They're all the same. It's the same heart. God is discerning equanimous love. So love is straightforward. Equanimity, calm-centered. The minute they're not equanimous, I don't have love. Discerning, wise, good judgment. The minute they're not discerning, but they're only pessimists or optimists or likes and dislike people, yeah, that's not dharma, that's karma. I got a 14-month-old in a room. I'm going to be quiet right now. That way the teenager can get off the chest what the 3-year-old is not doing, and then they can continue with their life, and I get to go and hang out with the smart people and not to have to be near those who are not energy vampires of my own, because I'm not actually using my nervous system in your nervous system. I know how to be in a physiological state of compassion. Thanks, Dr. Daniel Siegel. I differentiate. That's it. That's what I do. Dharma is not a teaching, philosophy, or belief system. It is based on clarity of vision about life here and hereafter. When you use your prefrontal cortex, you'll understand why Robert Sapolsky's book is very important, determined. So with that being said, I am a star, my own empowered feminine, masculine. Yes, I don't actually need you to give me this because my default mode network is downregulated. I know common sense, and I know my body is made of matter. And so if I drink and do drugs and eat too much and binge watch whatever and gets hooked on, they're all bad. Unhealthy, self-soothing, it's completely bad. So somebody making fun of me because I don't want to do drugs, it's okay. Somebody who's making fun of me because I am actually trying to make sure that I don't drink too much, too little, that's actually okay. Again, I thank my mother for being my little pain in the quote-unquote butthole, because, you know, she's a mother. If she wasn't doing that, then what kind of a mother would it be? To not point to the direction, your health is important to me, because physically I want you to live a healthy life. We also can do moderation, by the way. So common sense leads me to let you all know that we don't have to skip having a good time. We can actually be all very much well aware that life don't fucking hit anyone hard who's a securely attached, non-traumatized, healthy self-worth, excuse me, lover. Sorry, I keep forgetting. Empowered feminine doesn't get tested by bullshitters. I'm just going to let you know again who the bullshitters are. It ain't a siren. It's a sorry ass of a teenager that I get to witness when I go out, because, you know, I don't know how to have fun. Oh, I do know how to have fun. It's called moderation. And that's why I continue to laugh my butthole when I meet any person as I get older. I just found it enlightening. Thank goodness, the attachment and trauma educators. Thank you, Patrick Tan and Terry Rio, for letting me know. Bezel Vanderkook, Stephen Porges, Pat Ogden, Janina Fisher, Beth Brandy, or whatever her last name is, and Ruth Lanius, and then so many more about the most recent one, people who are addicted to drama and stress. There's a solution for every one of my brothers and sisters. You want me to have one emotion, and I didn't. You know what? It's not one emotion, but hey, wow, you don't want me to be happy. I don't know. So I don't do any of this, because again, the minute somebody's like, you want me to do one emotion, and I'm thinking, wow, you'd think they'd get excited about being able to consistently be on a high. You'd think they'd want to be invigorated and energized. You know, you'd think that they would realize what integration of the brain is. Lo and behold, let me not inform them of what resiliency with emotional enthusiasm is, because they'd rather drag a pain point around and have a good time. Or royalty, you're not carbon matter anymore, now you're crystalline matter. Oh, the 4D mystics, my gosh. If there's only 144,000 people that stay alive, ha, ha, ha. I know actually why, God, I'm not trying to make fun of them, I'm trying to talk sense to them. He keeps chiming in to let me know not to play the know-it-all. I got taught how not to play know-it-all, but I am a know-it-all, because you know what I know? Fear rules me. It rules you too. The difference is I have the capacity to admit it. So when I'm in one of my classes, as I'm doing a demo, and they say, aren't you mad at your body? No. Why would you do that? Leave my body alone. It didn't do anything to you. That's how a empowered feminine reacts when somebody asks them if they are mad at their body for not listening to their mind. And I'm laughing right now because I said empowered feminine, not distorted. So she rules, and my mind knows she's the ruler, which is why I know my body protects me like it did my ancestors from nature, because nature, and I love you, nature, but I will eat animals even though I love them. And anybody who wants to make a big deal out of it, I don't do anything, because any extreme human being doesn't know how to walk like an Egyptian. They don't have inner peace with love and fear. In fact, they drag suffering around as pain points. And then they don't realize that suffering comes from the temporal junction. I don't use it. I use my prefrontal. Let me tell you something you already know, as he shares this with his son. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Yes, it is, actually. Sorry, Sylvester Stallone. I mean, yes, there's shit going on. I get it. But it's actually easy for me to do somewhere over the rainbow, because I choose what I watch. I choose what I go to. Yeah, I choose to surround myself in my 24 hours with that which will give me a high, so that I may enjoy doing something called life, which God gifted me. And it is a miracle. And luckily I live in the year 2025. I don't want to go to prehistory. I don't plan on living in the forest. You can go live in the forest and be with the ancient people. I'm okay with the future, because I, one, come from the future, but two, really, does anybody not know how to stay grounded in reality, in the prefrontal and now, which is time moves forward, and people who don't want to use technology and science, there's a whole village that doesn't bring their children to hospitals. I'm not going to go to that village. Do not have any interest. I actually am really smart when it comes to moderation. So I enjoy everything that life gives me. All people, I'm able to actually have stories to tell for years and years to come, as long as IHP is open, for the 5D collective of mystic, spiritual, mindfully living, loving people, which are the only people I want at IHP. I can't stand liars. And facades are liars. And I'm still judging suffering, but I'm working, and I'm getting better and better, because I'm sharing with you all authentically. You know what Maria thinks? Don't waste my fucking time. I have things to do, places to be. You don't have to be in my life, and I don't have to be in yours. I have air, I have water, and I have food, and I'm not asking you to have to be in my life, and nor should you actually desire that I have to be in your life, because our amygdala will decide for us, and luckily that's not hard work. It will alert me to that which is appeasing and pleasing, and the vice versa. There you go. Nobody has to perform. It's not a performance. It's a dance. And it's because we know common sense. So if I love you, I don't want you to worry about me. If you love me, you don't want me to worry about you. If I love you, I know what health is. If you love me, and then we can be Manny, Diego, and Sid. And that's why it's a whole village of people who love each other. But we don't do, let me blame, shame, fault, revenge you. No, we do this, not this. These people can go to therapy. These people have a good time. No comedian will offend us. In fact, right now, we're humored by society completely. I mean, I'm humored by it, to say the least, but that's for another time. So the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Yep. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. No, actually, I find myself walking quite gracefully, well, sometimes really fast, but the only time I've had the image, the visual of me on my knees was a humorous moment. I didn't stay there that long. In fact, it was kind of like, okay, really? Do you think you're exaggerating by any chance? Because it really feels like you're exaggerating right now, Maria. Like, the visual is really unnecessary. And I'm not giving you the actual visual, because completely I just laughed at myself and at the visual that I got. I love you, Jesus. So with that, I'm just letting you all know that's an empowered feminine. You can't break an empowered feminine. We have faith. God, thank you. I love you, Jesus, Holy Spirit, and Akash Anima Mundi. I'm not a divinity in any way, shape, or form. My name is Maria. I'm a human, spiritual self agent right here. I have peace with fear, because I'm okay with being a scaredy cat. It's called I'm grounded in reality, and I love love. And I love to live and laugh and learn and expand and not cast stones, and I don't like liars. but I did learn how to put up with them. And thanks to smart attachment trauma educators, they lack the self-awareness, accountability, and regulation, and they don't want it. I don't feel one emotion. I feel all of them. The difference is I'm an emotionally mature, very happy, securely attached, non-traumatized person. I'm not boring. What's boring is finding those who have all of the not securely attached selves. They also have a lot more than just that, and I spot pathologies a mile away, just so you know, and I don't know any better because I'm not going to tell them because I don't want to waste any of my time with them. And all they want is this. Excuse me, confusing science, spirituality. No, I'm not. I bring human, spiritual, and spirituality together, the elements, which means subject matters. I'm a mystic, I'm an Akashic record reader. No, because I'm a mystic too. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a Reiki master too. Okay, excuse me, So here's what I do on my podcast. I'm also a mentor and a content creator and blah, 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 quantum physics, science. No. I get show and tell. Look, Buddha and quantum physics. No. Now the 3-year-old's really on a roll, and really I'm just having a fun time because I'm like, you know what? I've been taught before that this really means we're on the same page. So I'm going to do this because I need to talk to the person I was talking to before. You chimed in, and it was an important conversation for their life and my life. And I was just, having social time. So here's the deal. Tell me what your conclusion is because I bet you we're going to end up at the same place. Yes, see, I knew it. So if you want, here's my Instagram. You're into great. I will send you some books. Thank you so much. Back to my conversation I go. So you, me, or nobody's going to hit as hard. Life don't hit me like that, Sylvester. I'm doing Dharma. That's why. I'm not an idiot. I have mental, emotional, and physical clarity, maturity, availability, awareness. My name's Maria. Did I mention that? I am a mystic. And it's really fun to know that there's going to be empirical mysticism. I can't wait to hear how science tries to explain everything. They always have to do that. Oh, the left mode people, they're imprisoned by their words and their analysis. I'm not. I'm a right and a lefty. I'm a right and a lefty, both together. I love to love, and my baby, he loves to laugh and live and learn and expand and not cast stones. So yeah, I'm a scaredy cat. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Yes, and on a rainy day, on a dark day, I get to be tapped on the shoulder. Oh, look, love's there. Oh, look, I have a star for you. No, I have a bunch of stars. Do you want my stars? I want your stars. Can we share the cosmos? Okay, so, but it ain't how hard you hit. It is, let me read. It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit. No, I won't be putting myself in the ring and keep moving forward. It gives brain damage. I like to own my brain personally. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, life does send you unknowns, uncertainties, unexpecteds, and wanteds. As I said, those who are spiritual self-agents have inner peace. I have inner peace with fear and love. Doesn't mean that I'm happy when I have my panic attacks. No, I have peace with it because my body is not against me. My embodied brain, my 0-1-year-old, my 3 to 7, protects Maria. And my story is not what matters. It's my physiological state. And as I told you, my 3-year-old, she still comes up with my mother. So that's my trauma time. And I still say, I'm sorry. And it's an actual apology. And I don't repeat it again. Well, I tried to catch myself. And when I repeat it, I say, I'm trying to figure out how to catch it, like what the trigger is. But if you collaborate with me, and she does. Okay, so life's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how many you can take and still moving forward. So AI gave us an overview, and the quote emphasizes resilience and perseverance in the face of adversity. Now, when I hear that word adversity, so I have first world problems, not in any way, shape, or form do I talk about love life as an adversity. There's no adversity. It's I love to love, and my baby, he loves to laugh and live and learn and expand and not cast stones. It's easy. If you want to be with me, you will, and then we will be happy. And it's because we love for real, not pretend. And if not, well, it's okay. Thank you for all the time you've given me. You have no emotion. No, I actually breathe, drink water, have food, and compatibility is something that is chosen by two people who are enriching each other's lives consistently over time. And no, I don't marry balls and chains, and I really don't think about the marriage thing because in order for anybody to say I do, it means your health comes first. And that means mental, emotional, physical, so I know that you know how to live a good life for long time, because you know the fact that you don't want to live a long time. I had some people tell me once that they don't like life. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to be something I want to invest my long. I want to not have to worry about myself or you as I age. And I have a functional alcoholic friend who, as he's trying to convince me that he has his family's best interest at heart, I said, you do know the cirrhosis to the liver, right? Just asking. Yeah, no, but no, I'm just saying, you end up in a hospital. I mean, you're not really doing anybody any favors. Just common sense, you know what I mean? You can keep talking about not being an alcoholic. I don't want to use the word. I'm just letting you know the data point is that. So again, whether it's alcohol, drugs, food. Oh, yes, please, let's not exaggerate anything. I see people talking about sugar. I'm like, okay, look, I am very healthy. I got it, what you're doing, but you're looking at one angle. So it isn't one thing. As smart people will let you know, it's about the common sense of a person to say, do I love myself first? As if I don't, then I have a problem, because we're all selfish. If you do have love for yourself, you treat yourself with respect, which means you take care, moderation. It's not extreme. Anybody who has to go extreme doesn't know how to be flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, and stable. Rigidity is not your health. Rigidity is why the security quote from Sadhguru is, it gets really hard for people as times change, which is why our 3D, 4D brothers and sisters aren't going to be here. They don't actually like 5D mystics in the Enlightenment Soul Age group who are spiritual self-agents. Luciferian era. No, it's not. Stop using his name. There's no monster. There's pathologies. And there's a Michael Stone. 1 to 22 is his evil scale, and they're all idiots. They all end up in prison, and then the ones who actually they follow are the biggest idiots. I spot them like a hawk. Hey, Waldo, what's up? I saw you. I don't tell you who they are because I won't do that. That's for petty people. Yeah, I see the petty ones. They go and pick at each other. I like to give you stories. Cusco! You did awesome. I see that you keep lying through your teeth. Great. Yep, you got the wheel of fortune. You got it all spot on. They can't tell. Do you know why? What does ego want? How does Moana get Maui to go with her? Maui. I don't need to manipulate anyone. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot. If you're not an idiot, you're not an idiot. And we all can be idiots. I can be just as much a donkey as anybody else. The difference is, do I know Maria? Yes, I do. Do I know what I care about? Yes, I do. Is it only my well-being? No, it's not. You be you, I be me. Mindfully, with flaws, imperfections, but above all, with integrity. And I have inner peace with fear because I have faith. Thanks, God. High five. Jesus, Holy Spirit. And when people will judge me because I'm not a traditional Christian Catholic, I think, wow, you believe yoga brings demons out of you? What kind of a Christian Catholic are you? Oh, I'm sorry, you follow the same ones who don't understand how Reiki works, or the universe, or decentralizing of the self, neuroscience. Oh, I'm so sorry, they don't believe in neuroscience. I'm sorry, what am I? The pseudoscience woo-woo lady. Yes, I am. You again? Neuroscience, don't believe in the data. Is it because technology is fake? Is it the moon landing is fake? Everything's fake. Wow, you know what? I love having the very expanding conversation with you right now. You are making a whole bunch of sense. No, you're not. You see the humor? So when people use words and they're imprisoned by them, they're really just imprisoned by a story. I'm not imprisoned with anything. I'm thinking I honor Jesus and I honor what I was raised with, the good Christian Catholic upbringing. And anybody who doesn't understand decentralizing of the self, I wonder, wow, you really don't know how to handle your 14-month-old. And somehow there's likes and dislikes that really should not be there, because you're supposed to be able to know how to read. You obviously are just as illiterate as the illiterate that I do know, who thinks they can talk to me about marketing, and I'm perceiving you know nothing of marketing, but you're really trying. I won't be rude to you because my mother taught me manners. If you can't say something nice, say nothing. And God taught me not to play the know-it-all, and I really just don't want to be here anymore because I need to. Yeah. Okay, it was really awesome. Thank you so much. I love that I got to know you. It was not a waste of our time. I know that we disagreed. I say tomato, you say tomato, but thank you so much. I have had a pleasant interrogation. I got a woman who interrogated me once. I said I don't judge people, and by the end of the conversation she says, I guess this was a waste of time. I said no, because you shared a moment with me and I shared a moment with you. I'm not doing it for her. I'm doing it for me because I said, God, I promise you I will cherish the miracle that is life. And I keep my promises. I want my conscience to be clear. Otherwise, I'll feel guilty like a child will because I made a promise to God. Oh, I'm not afraid of God because, again, I'm talking to God, not Lucifer. Lucifer's mean. And really, no, I never met Lucifer because I don't know Lucifer. Because, you know, when there's envy, jealousy, spite, and people who are in their insecure butthole, it's a person. So there's no monster. And when I did get to travel different spheres of the lovely astral travel stuff, again, I wasn't confused because I have this 5D body type, is what I call the ventral vagal state human being. And so my prefrontal cortex stayed online. And that's with all of this stuff, downloads, channeling, clairaudience, clairsentience, you name it, all the clairs. I started reading for fun because somebody made it sound like it was impossible. And I'm like, but you come from a special planet. There's no way it's impossible. Like you're making it sound like it's really, really hard. It's not hard for you. Come on, I know you can do it. And lo and behold, I was able to quickly. Now I know why people have a hard time, by the way. But that's for another time. In the meantime, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe. It'll help the channel grow if you are interested in more 5D mystic stories and being yourself mindfully with the spiritual self-agent that I am. You know, again, fun fact, inner peace with fear and love means you still have fear because fear doesn't go away. Nope, it doesn't get deleted. But with the ventral vagal state and eustress, you get to do a lot easier on your body, even, you know, when stuff's happening. So it's really nice. Your reptilian nervous system stays because you need it, like our ancestors did, because we're still with Mother Earth, nature. Oh, she's not going to try and do anything mean to you. But, you know, I mean, if dark matter, dark energy implodes, or, I don't know, some asteroid hits us, I mean, really, fingers crossed. Good news is God told me I'm physically safe and that I'll grow old. So as long as Maria's alive, lo and behold, there's my information for you. And I am still grounded in reality. I do believe you, God. So I believe God, but I do know, as Sam Harris points out, that any of my cherishable beliefs could be falsifiable. So you know what I do before I go to bed? I make sure I say goodnight to all the people I love. Because unlike people who regret what they choose to do and then they end up dying all by themselves and it takes them a bullshit story to figure out that life is made of the people that you are, yeah, a smile, yeah, nobody is going to notice your smile if you don't have loved ones. And this is a movie that pissed the fuck off of me. And as this person is dying, I'm like, serves you right. You were a coward. You actually left a human being in the dark. You decided you were going to leave without saying anything. That's how much of a coward you are. Because you didn't know how to say, thank you so much for everything. I love you to dear, whatever. So when I meet cowards, there's this thing that an empowered feminine can't handle is a coward. As there doesn't take much to say thank you so much. I appreciate. I will allow myself, though, to continue on my journey because that's a journey I consciously chose. Oh, in the middle of the night, you want to leave. But guess what? Pacha already knows your next move. So Pacha's going to allow himself to say thank you so much because Pacha appreciates you. That's the other part about cowards, is they don't show because you know what shame does, right? Isolation. And this is why, thanks Patrick Tian and Terry for being out there. So when I see cowards, I don't have anything to say to those who don't understand what a coward is for real. Because again, it's not taking my blood. You ain't taking shit from me. I know how to use my ventral vagal state. And then I have common sense. So when you have a person who's a true lover, the love doesn't change because, well, we learn also how to respect people's choices. I love, accept, and respect you. You do you, I do me. And we're in good company. And there's the law for everything else. And if people don't understand that and they like to use the word enabler, yeah, that's another codependent type person who I don't enjoy either. Because pretenders, they always have something that they think they know more of. Those of us who are not pretenders, I don't know everything. What I do know is a coward when I see one. What I do know is that it's spot on with data for what shame looks like. And shame is always, unfortunately, I don't want to be seen because I'm not worthy of it. So I don't have a Lucifer. I got people who can get healed, which is what I look forward to. At IHP, we heal trauma seriously. It's one person at a time, begins with us. We don't bring our insecurities anywhere except for I have fear and I have love and I have a clear conscience, not because I'm perfect, no, because I will, with no way, shape, or form, do anything to, on purpose, physically, emotionally, or mentally hurt another human. You better bet. you know, Maria, next time you might want to consider what you tell your BFFF because, you know, life happens. I know you don't do it on purpose. That's called affect, and that's called emotional immaturity, and that's called a human being who expects you to read their mind and know how to handle it. And that's called, okay, well, why didn't you share the good news? I wanted to know the good news. I was one of the first. Shouldn't I be the one of the first? Well, you told me that when things are going wrong, that people aren't supposed to share the good news because, you know, that's actually not really nice. So I just followed with what I was told was proper manners because, you know, I have really bad social etiquette skills because that's what I do have. As you know, what a child does, right? A child will tell you the truth with no fear and without the intent to be unkind. So with codependent people, no way how you put it. You're always going to know who they are, which is why I learned from the best, the best, the best, the best, how to continue to be Maria. Oh, they don't like me, that they won't tell me to my face, and I won't tell them to their face because I love them and like them just the same. Cusco, I love how you're doing great today. Your lie is not something that hurts my feelings because you just don't know how to tell me the truth, which is okay because I won't force you to because that's not nice. So when people take seriously their journey, they tell you about how important EMDR, chart parts work in somatic system. They say, I don't want to do the rest, Maria. I want life now. And you say self-help, personal development, and spiritual development is for people who want to do it, not for, it's okay. There's a Zen master who gives you an excuse. You can go and do laundry with him and avoid using your prefrontal cortex. It's all good. Over here at IHP, we only have the ones who want to do the emotional lifting. We understand our brothers and sisters of fear, the ones who don't want to move into the fear and love, inner peace. Again, really, spiritual self-agents, we don't tell people what spirituality is in the sense of you are spirituality, always, because it's pure love that you are. As for your adaptive child part, that's a different story, but if your ears are flopped down, I don't need to talk to you because you won't really hear me anyways. You're distorting everything. That's to a T. So adaptive child part people don't listen to us. We don't want to be listened to. We're actually looking for grown-ups, functional inner child adults to have life with. So you love, live, laugh, and learn and expand with secure, attached, non-traumatized people who want healthy self-worth. They want to do emotional, mental, and physical mastery because, again, it's really fun to be here. And I do really have sadness for all of those who don't heal. But then again, there's a lady who says it's dangerous to have no emotions. It's not inherently healthy or enlightening to be non-reactive. And they tell you too, the modern day therapists are trying to imprison you. And I've seen people actually acquiesce to the same philosophy and say, it sounds like you're telling me to patch things. No, I'm giving you mindfulness exercises and a replacement for the drinking and I don't know if you do drugs and the fucking when you're stressed or whatnot. That can help you to expand your window of tolerance to a window welcome and work through your flight and fight responses of the 14, 15, 16 fight and the flight 11, 12. But, you know, and your freeze, you just mentioned to me freeze, but, you know, therapy would really be beneficial just because these are physiological states. You just told me you know how to handle it, but no, I'm not patching you. I was actually giving you something that could work with. Yes, your attachment wounds, they flare up when they're around people like me because, yes, that's what happens. I have ventral energy and you can get there too. But again, it's really nice that we had this interaction and everybody goes away happy and there you go. So when you meet people who are not spiritual self-agents or mindful self-agents, it's because they consistently are not their whole self, their distorted pause self, and adaptive child part people always have an answer for you. That's just how it works. So again, thanks for stopping by.